Kia ora, Lara here, and I'm going to share with you this gorgeous Beehive cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. So I've gone ahead and backed this cut file already, and I'm going to actually scrapbook some photos of my friend tending to our beehive in the backyard. Often I play with cut files and use them for perhaps what their theme wasn't necessarily in the beginning, but this time I am working with this cut file in its true form. So I'm just gutting this piece of patterned paper, and this is from the Close to My Heart White Pines collection, which is kind of a Christmassy collection, but I'm not using it for a Christmas page. It's got some kind of winter trees, and at the moment over here in New Zealand it's we're in winter heading towards spring but not quite there yet, so these trees were quite a poignant part in the background there, sharing the season that we're in with the beehive. So he was just going in and checking the bees and putting in some varroa strips to get rid of the varroa mites, and I have just trimmed down this other piece of paper here, which is from another collection called Isabella, which is the feature collection this month for Close to My Heart. So I have that sort of leafy tree backgrounds from that collection, and then the brown with the white trees is from White Pines. And I have backed the tree with the hive hanging off it from a few different paper collections. There's a bit of White Pines, there's a bit of Mixins, and I also raided my scrap box for all of the green pieces that I put behind the leaves up there. And the bees I have backed with one of the Isabella papers as well, and I'm going to do something else with the bees a little bit later on. So I'm just matting each of these photos. Now I have printed these on my selfie, and there was 4 photos on one of the prints. The selfies recently, the apps recently had an update, which is awesome because I'm able to just click fit, which means that my phone photos fit automatically on and I don't have to crop them in myself. So I'm quite happy with that wee addition or that update there. So I've matted each of them just with some white daisy cardstock, and now I'm going to stick down each of the pieces that I've got so far onto the backing. So I'm just trying to line this up on my mat here, and that helps me to position the paper on top using the measurements that are around the Versa mat there. So I'm just using some of the blue Tombow glue here to stick down the tree. I could have used some foam tape, but I've decided to keep this fairly close to the background here, and I'm going to lift up the bees a little bit later on. So I am just choosing some papers now that I'm going to use to back these photos, and I felt that the brown with the spots, the kind of craft with white spots, worked better for the photos here. On the other side of this is the wood grain that I used for the tree or the branch up the top there. So I'm just using my little scissors because I'm too lazy to go and locate my other scissors. I had a scrap camp and then had a teen girls camp in the last school holidays, and this is my first time scrapbooking since, or crafting even since then, so my stuff's all over the place and still packaged up, but I love how we can actually make do with what we've got and use what we have to our advantage. So just matting each of these the same. I'm not playing around with different papers or anything like that at the moment. So that paper that I've just cut those out of is what I've also backed the little cute bees with. So now I've got my photo mat. I'm going to do them in a line across the bottom here. So, and just put one bee up the top near the hive and one down the bottom. I've stuck one of the stickers from the Isabella sticker collection in behind up there, a flower with the lemon. And I'm going to pull in a few more of those stickers and tuck some things in down the bottom as well. So just peeling off some of these stickers from this collection, just bringing in that yellow of the bees, but I'm still trying to keep it quite natural and neutral and soft, because that just fits with the season and what we're doing. I've got the flower stickers stuck on my fingers because I decided I want to be able to put them over the top of some of these photos after I'd stuck them down. And so now I have got them down, and one last little flower and a wee leaf that I decide to put with that flower over there to balance out the 2 leaves on the right with the lemon. So I'm happy with that. Now off the White Pine sticker sheet, I'm going to take the little journaling sticker, and I'm going to stick that down the bottom, and I have already pulled off some of those little tabs at the top there, and I'm sticking them down. They are from the Isabella sticker sheet. So really love this cut file. I love the colours that I've ended up choosing to put behind it, and how soft and natural they look. I've loved seeing some of the other design team members use this cut file with black and with bold, and just love how these cut files are actually so versatile and can be used in so many different ways, and you can so easily make them your own and just make them part of your layout, the way what you're working with. So I found these old lettering stickers here, and I am sticking them in backwards, practicing my ability to remember words backwards, and I'm always dread doing this and then finding that I've stuck one down in the wrong order. I'm sorry for the jumping around between screens here. I had a problem in that I need a new tripod, and it is on my list of things to look into and purchase, but it keeps sort of falling forward and I had to cut bits out. Now I've decided to use some of the yellow sequins from an older Craft On sequins collection for the bees' wings, just to give them that little bit of pizzazz that they need, because they're such cute little creatures, and this cut file is just really cute. So I end up putting a couple of sequins on each of the wings, and I also use some little white dots for the eye. So there was a little eye in the cut file, but I choose to just use the white dots once I've done this. So I'm using a little glue dot here to stick each of the sequins down. And yeah, just getting that finished off and getting all these pieces in place and tidied up. So you can see that sequin just sort of shimmer up there, and we're sort of on the home stages now. I'm just pulling out a few of the gold gems, and I pull out some of the older julep gems as well to place them around. So I put the julep ones, the kind of greenish ones, around the leaves, just sort of around that tree effect, and then the gold ones are just sort of scattered around the rest of the place, like little bits of pollen or honey dust around the bees. So I'm really liking how this has turned out, and I'm just going to roughen up or texturize some of the edges of each of these photos here. And so just tucking them up, twisting them around a wee bit, and putting them in place. So I'm actually doing this voiceover because I arrived a little bit early for a hair appointment. So I'm sitting out in my car out in front, killing a little bit of time, or making good use of my time by doing this voiceover. So if you're hearing traffic or aeroplanes or helicopters or anything in the background, that's why. So now I have got that page there, and I'm just going to add in some journaling down the bottom, and I am done. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like this, and head on over to the Confessions of a Paper Addict Etsy store to purchase your Beehive cut file. Thanks for watching.